Picture this, you're in an old folks home, just trying to recover from a stroke you recently had. Maybe play some bingo and just live out your golden years in peace. But then you realize one of your fellow residents is a complete menace, just running the place like he's the godfather of geriatrics. And to top it off, this psychopath uses a baby doll puppet as his right-hand man. That's The Rule of Jenny Penn in a nutshell, a movie that took me on a wild, weird, and sometimes soul-crushing ride. Let's talk about it. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Kill the Credits. I'm Keelan, and today we'll be talking about The Rule of Jenny Penn. But before we get into it, do me a favor, make sure to drop a like on the video, and if you enjoy content just like this and you want more, be sure to subscribe. Oh, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so you don't miss any uploads. And with that all out of the way, let's get into my review. So truly, I walked into this one blind. I'd only seen a couple of posters online and I saw little snippets of the trailer, but I didn't really watch a full-length trailer and I didn't read any synopsis for the film. And if I'm being fully transparent, I really thought this film was going to be about some sort of demonic possession or paranormal thing. Just based on the baby doll on the poster, I thought that was kind of the direction we were going in, like a demonic toys type style. I was mentally prepared for some Annabelle shenanigans. Nope. Not even close. Instead of anything supernatural, we get a really evil old man who goes by the name Dave, played by the always terrifying but always fantastic John Lithgow, who basically spends most of his time bullying the other residents of the old folks home that they're living in. And as if tormenting other elderly people wasn't bad enough, he does it while using a disturbing baby doll puppet named Jenny Penn, because you know, regular old intimidation wasn't good enough, I guess. Then there's our protagonist, Stefan, who's played by Jeffrey Rush, who's a court judge that just recently suffered from a stroke and ends up in the same rehab and care center as Dave. This is Keelan from behind the editing table. Just realized I forgot to change the title screen on the back, so I just went from filming my Maxine video to filming The Rule of Jenny Penn, so forgot to change it. That's an L, but I'm not going to re-record this whole video now, so yeah, we're just going to pretend like that says The Rule of Jenny Penn. Okay, back to the video. So despite how weird this premise sounds, the movie actually did quite a lot of things right. For one, John Lithgow is terrifying. He plays Dave with this calm and calculated cruelty that really makes your stomach turn. And in my opinion, it's the type of performance that just reminds you of why he's such a legend. Another thing I really liked was how well done the psychological horror was. There's no ghosts, no demons, just the real life horror of somebody being helpless. Another thing about the movie that I found interesting is, although it's really unsettling, it's weirdly emotional. Normally in horror films, I tend not to feel too bad about the characters because I know what I'm getting myself into going to watch a scary movie. Typically, a lot of the characters are going to be harmed or killed even. But because the characters in The Rule of Jenny Penn were all old people, it was extremely heart-wrenching to watch them go through the things that they went through. And overall, I was just surprised about the amount of heart that the film had and the way that I had connected to it. And the final thing that really stuck out to me about The Rule of Jenny Penn was the ending. The ending was actually satisfying. So many horror movies nowadays, especially the ones that go for a more artsy tone, typically fall short when it comes to the ending. Sometimes they're overly vague and they just leave you questioning your entire existence and questioning why I just spent the last hour and 40 minutes watching this, just for me to not really understand the story they were ultimately trying to tell me. But this one, no, it delivers. So, what could have been better? Honestly, not much. If I had to nitpick, the only thing that I'd say is that I wish I got a little bit more backstory on Dave. They really give us just enough to understand that he's a horrible person, but you don't really get too deep into his motivations for why he is the way that he is. And I wish I would have got to know what broke him. Was he born evil, or did somebody do something to him that made him that way? I really wish we would have got answers for that. But truthfully, that's really a minor complaint, and that's really the only thing I could think of when I was writing my list of pros and cons for the film. So in conclusion, The Rule of Jenny Penn is one of those films that sneaks up on you. I went in expecting Annabelle 3.0, and instead I got John Lithgow committing elderly war crimes.
Here to report a crime. Yeah, an international war crime.
My rating for this film is going to be a 7 out of 10. Disturbing? well acted, and definitely worth a watch, especially if you enjoy slow burn psychological horror films. If you've seen The Rule of Jenny Penn, go ahead and drop a comment down below and let me know what your thoughts on the film were. And if you enjoyed my review, be sure to leave a like on the video so you can let me know. I promise you, it helps me out way more than you realize. And that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
In search of a girl to call my